and welcome to my garden. So today I am doing some watering because this garden takes a hell of a lot of watering every few days when it's hot. So let's go. So, some stuff to show you. This is one of my radish flowers, which is quite interesting because I didn't know they came in purple. Now, I cannot for the life of me get radishes to actually grow consistently as a food source. Most of the time they just bolt, just like this pretty little one has. Can you see Stealth Cat out there? Just that little ginger patch or something. That would be my Stealth Cat. And these purpley things would be my beautiful chive blossoms. So watering a garden this size, even though it is absolutely tiny, it is still a pain in the butt when you are doing it by hand. And many a time I end up splashing a whole bunch of water over the kitchen floor, which I have to then go and clean up as well. The things I do for my garden. So, oh no, got wires trailing on my plants. So I have actually got some stuff to show you over here. Look at these beautiful peas. I actually harvested my first peas over here the other day. So yeah, I was well pleased about that. And got a few more just that will be ready in a few days. And then over here you can see I've got my Mange 2 ones which are doing pretty good. I mean, they are kind of growing all a little bit tangly all around each other, but if you don't mind that, see how they're all getting proper big and a little bit tangly. See if I can find you a good tangly mess. It's a little pea jungle in there at the moment. And then this is quite cool. This is my passion flower plant, and look, it's got its first flower buds. How cool is that? Oh, and just behind it, obviously, I've got some more yummy peas. These are all proper peas that are here at the back. It's only the ones that are in this structure here, which are the Mange 2. They're moving slightly sideways. I mean, these are really growing on me. My beautiful variegated nasturtiums. They are just, I mean, look at them. They're so beautiful. Now, nasturtiums you can actually eat, which I will just show you. Grab a leaf. Got my leaf. I'll just check it for bugs. Can't see any. It just tastes kind of peppery, like rocket. Oh, that really is quite peppery. It's got like a sweet after note to it though. It's good. I wouldn't have just whole leaves in my salad. I might like shred them up a little bit and mix them in with other things, but yeah, pretty good. The flowers, you can actually eat the flowers as well. And I've heard that flowers from different varieties taste differently. but I've not eaten enough of them to be able to verify that yet. Another thing that tastes pretty good in here is that 5-leaf ginseng. So I'll just pick a little bit of that. So pretty. So I just check it for bugs. No, looks good. I still don't know how to describe the taste of that. It's kind of leafy, but it's got like a real sweetness to it as well. I can see that being really, really nice in tea, which is what the garden centre said it was good for. I'm going to have to dry some and make a batch of 5-leaf ginseng tea. I bet it would be really good, like really sweet as well. So check these out. I'm actually quite proud of these. So in here we have sunflowers, we have kale, and we have beans, which you can't actually see. So let me show you better. Here we go. We have my beautiful sunflowers getting nice and big there. We also have my red monarch kale, also getting nice and big there. And then in the bottom, for some nitrogen, I planted some dwarf runner beans. And that's what these are. So I'm going to have pretty flowers, which are going to feed the birds. I'm going to have yummy kale, which is also pretty, which is going to feed me. And runner beans, which is also going to feed me. And then same thing. In the one next to it, you've got my kale there, my nice big sunflower, and then you can see the heart-shaped leaves of the runner beans. Pretty cool, huh? And I can't remember if I showed you this, but over here, I now have a flower stalk on my elephant garlic. So that one's an elephant garlic. And this one is an elephant garlic also. We've got, this is one of my weird chilies with the purple flowers. You can see that's just opening one there. Very pretty. We've got my garlic doing its thing. I've heard you're not supposed to water this for a few weeks before harvest, so that is absolutely fine by me. Watering this lot is just a pain in the butt, so the less I have to do, the better. Oh, okay, so we got most things watered. Not much to go now. One little thing I noticed though, do you see this? My courgette's coming up. The first one I planted died, so I just planted another seed directly into here, and it's coming up. Yay! Happy about that. This is some kind of weed, obviously. Might let it flower just to see what it looks like, and then probably pull it if it's not particularly beautiful. Got now all of the daffodil stems are dying back. It's looking a lot clearer in this bed. We've got, is this a half-eaten dahlia? It looks like half. Yeah, it might not be there. Oh, okay, so here's dahlia trying to come back there. It's a dahlietta that I bought. Dahlia that I bought. This is my black leaf dahlia that I bought, that clearly the slugs absolutely love, because they've gone mad for this one. You see all the munching holes. They've nearly stripped all the leaves off that, and yet they haven't touched this one right next to it. bad slugs. Then I've got another dahlia over here trying to come back, which is pretty cool. My rebel strawberry at the back's growing as well, doing pretty good, sending off new leaves. Then there is my beautiful black petunia, my black velvet petunia. It's just so beautiful. I'm not into petunias at all, but I mean, how can you not love something that's this beautiful? It's just so pretty. It's beautiful. The other thing I am absolutely loving at the moment is this, my beautiful chive flowers. I especially love the way that as they get older, they're going this sort of pinky colour in the middle. The bees are like loving them also. Lavender starting to attract the bees to the yard. My comfrey tree still doing well. Gosh, I can't believe how tall that thing's got. It is crazy how much the bees like this one. Now to show you too while I'm over here. My first poppy has blossomed. How cute is that? I like poppies. I like all the different like colours that you can get. It's pretty. It's the simple things that make me happy. So one interesting thing I did notice though is, do you see on this poppy how it's kind of hairy on the seed pod? Bloody aphid. Yeah, so it's kind of hairy on this seed pod, but then I've got a poppy over there where the seed pods are completely smooth. See? Which I just thought was kind of weird. I mean, the stems of this one are still like hairy, but the seed pod is like smooth. So I don't know if it's like a slightly different species of poppy. I don't know. It's just interesting, those little details that nature throws on in there. I tell you one fun thing about gardening, it's sticking your hand into a bunch of foliage to move it out of the way so you can see where the soil is to actually water it. And then seeing that had your hand been just a little to the left, you would have just been scooping up a nice little spider. So many times I've been thankful this year that because I've not seen the bee or the wasp or the spider that I've so very nearly just put my hand right on up to. I've had so many lucky escapes, but eventually my luck is just going to run out. But one thing I did notice, other than that spider which is hiding in there again somewhere, look, my potato plant has got its first flower. It's so funny as well. I was literally just thinking, these plants are huge. I hope they hurry up and flower because that means that it's going to be time to harvest soon. And fingers crossed, it'll be a bit more successful of a harvest than last year. And I was like, oh gosh, there's not even any flowers on these things yet. And then I saw that one. So yeah, that was kind of cool. I can't see any others on there though. Look with me, I can't see any developing yet. Can you? But, oh well, at least I have my first potato blossom. So yes, happy about that. One thing I nearly forgot to show you. Check this out. These are my indoor beans. I've planted 3 different kinds. I've got, this is the yin and yang bean, or the orca bean, and they have pretty little black and white beans that look like the yin and yang sign, hence the name. Although some people make the argument that they look like killer whales. I'll show you in a minute and you can make up your own mind. Then we've got the dwarf yard-long beans. Yes, you heard that right, yard-long beans on a dwarf plant. I am particularly excited about that. I got the seeds from a company called realseeds.co.uk. They do all kinds of unusual seeds that regular retailers don't sell because of European seed laws. They can get around it because they call themselves a seed club rather than, I don't know, like a regular seed company. So yeah, yard-long beans, or I think they might be called asparagus beans, on a dwarf plant. I think it was on their website, they listed it under unusual beans and they said it was just ridiculous. So I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Up this end I've got some bean peas, but none of them, or I think it's bean peas anyway, none of them have actually sprouted yet. Then over here I planted some basil, because I have always struggled starting basil from seed. But it is certainly warm enough now to have the heat that it likes. And you can see that some of them are sprouting already. I only planted these 2 days ago. Literally just wet the soil and then surface sowed them. So I've got some more planted over, sprouting over there. So yeah. Those are the yard-long beans, which are the bush variety. These are the yin and yang beans, or the orca beans as some people know them by. And then, oh, it is asparagus peas. That was the other thing I planted which hasn't come up yet. Wait, there's more. There's one last thing that I want to show you. So I harvested my first garlic bulb. I've never been successful growing garlic before, but I just want to show you that. And here it is. It's only very small because the bigger ones are all flowering, so I'm waiting for them to be done with that before I harvest them. Those bulbs are going to be a lot bigger, but this is my first one. And I can feel the different cloves, because last year a lot of them just didn't split, but this has definitely experienced a lot of cold, like more than enough to trigger it splitting into individual cloves. So yeah, my first garlic bulb. I'm so proud of it. I've hung it up inside just because it's England and I cannot trust it not to rain if, you know, I try and leave it outside to cure. So I've just hung it off of this little tower thing and it's drying out pretty good. So yeah, pretty cool. So thank you for hanging out with me today and for helping me water my garden, or at least helping me stay sane while I watered the garden. It's not my favourite chore, but it was great to have you with me and I hope to see you all again in the next one. Bye.